Good morning, and you're welcome to Gospel Fragrances with Daniel Thomas. Today, I'll be continuing my series on the power of self-examination, which is subtitled as Ordering Your Private World. And our main text has been taken from 2 Corinthians, chapter 13, verse 5, which says, "Examine yourselves, whether ye be in the faith. Prove your own selves. Know ye not your own selves, how that Jesus Christ is in you, except ye be reprobates." See, the worst deception of all is self-deception. It is a failure to accept one's shortcomings. Alright, it is the failure not to heed to your voice of conscience. That's why our main text says that except ye be reprobates. Reprobates are those who are so hardened that they would not want to listen to corrections about their lives or fail to heed to the voice of their conscience. See, like I said yesterday, nobody knows you more than you know yourself. You truly do know yourself. And that's why it is crucial that you be sincere to yourself, to carefully examine yourself. Your private world will become disorganized when self-deception gains ascendancy over your life. When self-deception gains dominion over your life. Every disorganized private life is a product of self-deception. That's the truth. Because the moment you are truthful to yourself, progress becomes visible. The moment you are truthful to yourself, progress becomes visible. The pathway to progress is being able to tell yourself the truth, being able to look at your private life and being able to know what you're doing right and what you ain't doing right. You see, God examines ourselves every day. God examines us every day. The Bible says in Psalm 26 verse 2, it says, "Examine me, O Lord, prove me, test my heart and try my mind." In Hebrews 4 verse 12, from 4 verse 13, the Bible says that everything lies open before God. It says there's no creature that is hidden before God. In Psalm 139 verse 7 to 10, the Bible says that David was saying, he said, wherever he goes, God is there. He said, if he ascends to the heavens, he's there. If he goes down to the realm of the dead, he's there. If he goes down to the skies, everywhere God is there. You see, there's nothing hidden before God. God sees everything that we do. We can never hide from God. He knows our deepest thoughts. He knows what we do in secret, which no one else knows. And that is your private world. But the fact is that it is not God that examines us only. Even people, even people also examine us. They know, in fact, these people might even be unbelievers, but they know when someone who claims to be a Christian are doing things that is non-Christian. They know when we are living a sinful life, that just a contrary of what we claim to believe. If we don't examine ourselves, we are just simply hypocrites. Every life of hypocrisy is just a result of lack of self-examination. There are so many people who are passionate about changing the world. There are so many young people who are so passionate about making things happen in the environment, who are so passionate to make impact. But such people, if their private lives are not in order, all their labor will end in vain. This rhymes with what Saint Ignatius of Loyola said. He said, "He who goes about to reform the world must begin with himself, or he loses his own labor." If you must go about to reform the world, it must begin with yourself. World reformation must begin from self-reformation. Without self-reformation, there can never be world reformation. And this springs from self-examination in trying to order your private world. If self-examination is not in place, all your labor, all your toiling, all your pathway to just develop yourself will become an adventure of frustration and stagnation. If self-examination is not in place, all your labor will become an adventure of frustration and stagnation. It is high time for you to restore your life back to that calling, back to that purpose, back to that vision, that passion that you want to do. It is high time for you to bring order into your life. For if your private world is not in order, your outer world can never be fruitful. Stay blessed. I'll see you tomorrow.